Hello, Charlie's Angels. This is your boy Charlie back again with another video. And today's video is one small habit that completely changed my daily life. And that one small habit is I'm in a posture right now of gratitude. You know, gratitude is the one small habit that completely changed my daily life. Because every day we have something to be grateful for. You know, this morning, if God had woken you up this morning, you ought to thank God for giving you breath to breathe today. You ought to be grateful for that. Because some people, didn't wake up this morning. You ought to thank God for sight. Because, some people, don't have sight this morning. So you ought to be grateful for that. There's so many things that we should be grateful for, and our life would be a whole lot better, if we think about it. Everything that we have, we ought to be grateful for. A lot of people don't have the thing that you have. A lot of people don't have the thing that I have. So we need to learn to be grateful for every little thing that we have, even the small things. If you ate breakfast this morning, you ought to be grateful for that, because some people don't have anything to eat. If you have a job, you ought to be grateful for that. Some people are not working. If you have all your kids with you, you ought to be grateful, because some people don't have their kids with them. We have so many things to be grateful for that will change our daily lives. We just sit down and think, seriously think about that. We have so much in our lives that in other places, other countries, wish they can have the thing that we have. If you have a home, you ought to be grateful for your home, grateful for air conditioning. Some people don't have a home, some people don't have air conditioning. You ought to be grateful for that. And if every day you wake up and just be grateful for your life, because some people, are not here today. So, it's all a blessing, but gratitude is the thing that changed my daily life. Each and every day, I wake up every morning and I'm just grateful that God has blessed me with this day that He has made. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that I can speak to y'all today. I am grateful for this phone. I am grateful for the air that I breathe. I'm just grateful for everything. And like I said, if you wake up every morning complaining, look at the thing that you have and be grateful for that thing. Because that thing would really change your life. It would really change your life and how you see life every day. We all have something to be grateful for. So we need to focus on that and not focus on the negative stuff. Because if you think you have a little, go to other countries and see that those people don't even have the little that you have. God said He wanted to be grateful for the small things. For the small things. We can be grateful for the big things, but it's the small things that we need to be grateful for. We need to be grateful, like I said, just for waking up in the morning. Just to have air in our lungs to breathe. Our heart is still pumping. If we could eat, speak, think, we got to be grateful for all that, because some people don't have that. So gratitude is the one thing that completely changed my daily life. And if y'all get into a posture of gratitude, it will do the same for y'all. It will do the same for y'all. If you don't believe me, try it. Try it. Just look at everything that you have and be grateful for that. If you ate breakfast this morning, be grateful for that. Because like I said, some people cannot eat breakfast. Some people have to be fed through a tube. If you can chew, be grateful for that. And your life would be a whole lot better if you get in a posture of gratitude. Gratitude is the one small habit that completely changed my daily life. And it will change yours forever, because you won't be complaining. If you have shoes on your feet, be grateful for that. Some people right now walking around, they don't have feet to even put shoes on. They wish they had feet to put shoes on. You need to be grateful for that. Grateful for your life. Grateful if you're still breathing. Grateful if you can still talk. Grateful if you can still see. Grateful that you have a Father in heaven, Jesus Christ, who breathed his life into you and gave you that breath to breathe. Be grateful for that. And it'll change your daily life. Make it a habit. Because that's the one small habit that completely changed my daily life. So I just want to leave y'all with that today. Be grateful for everything that you have. Grateful for even the small things. And I'm talking about the smallest thing you can even think of. Be grateful for that. Like I said, if you ate breakfast this morning, if you drink coffee this morning, be grateful for that. Some people wish they can have a cup of coffee every morning. And you sitting down, having your coffee, having toast, and you take that stuff for granted. Some people wish they had that breakfast that you're eating this morning. So learn to be grateful. Learn to be in a posture of gratitude. And it will change your daily life. Because that's the one thing, that's the one small habit that completely changed my daily life. Gratitude. So I just want to leave y'all with that today. And it's hot out here. You see I'm sweating. It's a hot morning here in Louisiana. But make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And if you like this video, make sure you share it. And if you want to see more videos like this, comment below and let me know. And I'll talk to you on the next one. Okay. Peace.